Louis Bu has been defeated, and Yuan Shu's power is waning. Clearly, this leaves Yuan Shao in Ji Province as our greatest threat.
It's said that he has finally prevailed over Gong Sung Zun, and so now controls all 4 of Hebei's provinces. That makes his faction the most powerful in the land. There is no doubt what he will seek to do next.
Gain control over the Emperor.
We have also been preparing for a final confrontation, but we are hopelessly outmatched. If we make one false move, they'll overwhelm us with their superior numbers.
Oh? I wouldn't have expected that from you. Saying that we will be overwhelmed if we make a false move suggests that you believe we have a chance of winning.
Lord Goja.
I agree with you. No matter how strong Yuan Shao may be, there is a road to victory.
I'm glad you think so, but could you explain what that road is?
Essentially, it comes down to the difference between Lord Cao Cao and Yuan Shao. Yuan Shao insists on finding the ideal solutions to problems, and so he is overly cautious. Of course, that can also be a good thing. In times of peace, it might make him a wise ruler. But in these chaotic times, I believe decisiveness is more valuable than prudence. And most crucial of all, Yuan Shao is known to disfavor those who point out his weaknesses. A flaw like that in someone leading such a vast army is bound to create discord.
A fair point. So, are you suggesting he isn't worth worrying about?
I wouldn't go that far, but I do believe there is a more dangerous enemy out there.
You mean Liu Bei?
Lord Cao Cao has a fondness for him, so I shall say no more.
What is Liu Bei like? You were with him for a long time. I'd like to know more about him. So all the stories say. But it is folly to help anyone and everyone. A man with no backbone is unworthy of our trust. Cao Cao seems to think Liu Bei is capable of great things. If he is indeed comparable to Cao Cao, then we must crush him before he gains strength. And if he becomes a heartless monster like Louis Bu, all the more reason to destroy him. Frankly speaking, no. I have to assume that he may be planning something. I heard that while he and Cao Cao dined together the other day, a crash of thunder took him by such surprise that he dropped his chopsticks. And this man is meant to be destined for greatness. Of course I would be suspicious. But at least I now know that you think highly of him. I suppose I'll have to decide his worth for myself.
Nothing has changed since Dong Chuo's rule. Just what is Cao Cao thinking? Treating His Majesty like this?
Well, he is the one with full control over the court. To him, the Emperor is a mere puppet. His Majesty might not speak ill of him in front of us, but surely, he must be displeased.
Or perhaps he is afraid because he is unable to discern Cao Cao's intentions.
Have some respect. His Majesty would never fear a charlatan like him.
Well, I am certain our dear Emperor is pained at all the tyrannical deeds committed in his name. Perhaps we should have forgone Cao Cao and entrusted someone with more prestige, like Yuan Shao.
Ah, but I hear that Liu Bei might also be worthy.
Ah, well met. On patrol, I presume?
It has grown late. Perhaps it would be wise to leave the patrols to the troops and rest.
Speaking of which, we shall do the same. We bid you good night.
Are you certain, Lord Cao Cao?
I urge you to wait. Giving Liu Bei an army to command is akin to letting a sleeping dragon roam free. The danger cannot be ignored.
Yes, Liu Bei is a dangerous man. Once he gains strength, he will eventually come to stand in our way. And that is precisely why we cannot leave him in Shu City.
Do you mean...
There is a rumor going around. Unsubstantiated, but troubling.
Now I see. Thank you for the report.
Sir!
Ah, what perfect timing. There is something I wanted you to hear before anyone else. It appears there is a plan in motion to assassinate Lord Cao Cao.
We had heard murmurs here and there, but I see we're a step behind you. It appears this plan is coming together under the name of His Majesty.
The threat is too serious to ignore. I managed to capture and interrogate a few of the schemers. And they all named Liu Bei as a collaborator.
I know it must be difficult to believe, especially given how close you two are. But that means that you, of all people, should know what Liu Bei is like. He cannot help but respond to the cries of those in need. And given your reaction, it seems we were right. You are not part of their plot. Do forgive us for testing your loyalty in such a way. We're all glad your name has been cleared.
Whether intentional or not, Liu Bei has long been plagued by unsettling rumors. And now this. Lord Cao Cao dismissed Liu Bei under the guise of defeating Yuan Shu.
I am sure Liu Bei has realized as much. It is unlikely he will return to Shu. And so our war with him will begin. This may be difficult for you, but we ask that you be ready.
So, Liu Bei has chosen Shi province. Yuan Shu of Shouchen has already fallen. Then our next opponent will be either Yuan Shao or Liu Bei.
We should focus on defeating Yuan Shao and gaining control of Hubei. Before we battle Yuan Shao, I would advise first reining in Liu Bei.
Liu Bei's forces are small, which makes them quick. While Yuan Shao has your focus, he may strike you from behind. Containing Liu Bei before a battle with Yuan Shao is a viable strategy, especially if we wish to weed out uncertainty.
Then we will attack Xiaopei to shake Liu Bei from his seat. I trust you all to see to it that the castle is taken. let's begin.
Yes. I agree.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Victory on the battlefield is worth any cost.
Now go. Conquer Xiaopei and seize Liu Bei's stronghold. Be expedient. Have no mercy.
The castle gate will be guarded by the infamous Guan Yu.
The enemy
Will
officer
not be easy.
has been defeated.
I must advise you not to face him head-on.
Xiaopei Castle is surrounded by rivers. Liu Bei's forces will likely be wary of any attempts to flood it. So, let's test that theory first.
Start the events!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I cannot leave my post
The enemy
here.
officer has been
Liu
defeated.
Bei's families within the castle walls after all. I would just have to believe our allies can handle it themselves. The floodgates are heavily defended. The enemy must fear them being used in an attack.
Such unyielding spirit!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take this. Behind me lies Liu Bei's home. I shall allow none of you to set foot inside.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Guan Yu. I've managed to get some reinforcements from Lord Yuan Shao.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
We caught them unprepared! Now we can strike back against Cao Cao. Forward march!
Liu Bei! Zhang Fei! My brothers! Now is time for a counterattack!
I can't even fathom how I might bring him down. This fight was far beyond my capabilities.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Guan Yu, remarkable on the battlefield as always.
He's here too. This is the moment
The enemy officer
we've been
has
waiting
been defeated.
Let's go!
Now, let's begin our attack on Liu Bei.
March forward.
So my brother was the target all along.
The floodgates, or Liu Bei, Guan Yu will surely be torn. By bringing either to the brink of destruction, we can force him to decide. This will draw Guan Yu away from the castle gates.
The enemy officer
We can use their open brotherhood against them.
The floodgates are
The enemy
taken.
officer
Castle will be bound to fall. The defense of the castle is in your hands. I will lead a sortie to drive the enemy back from the floodgates.
Situation.
The enemy officer
Advance
has
now!
been defeated.
We must find a way to overcome this situation.
I will not allow your plans to come to fruition. By my own blade, I will cut down anyone who dares attack. Now, it's no use. Behold my power.
Good. It worked. Now is our chance to take Xiaopei Castle.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Keep that going!
Cannot hold out for much longer.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Yes, the resistance is futile. Just the right time. Lend us a hand.
This is as far as we go. I'm afraid I must retreat. Such a tremendous skill. I cannot ease up even for a moment.
Prepare yourself, Lugax. Today I will strike you down and end the misfortune you have caused. I've been waiting for this all my life. My steel!
That's another enemy pounded into submission.
Yes, the resistance is futile.
Things are looking bad, but I refuse to consider this sensible.
Put me on the back foot. This isn't good.
You gotta be quicker. What's a predicament? Even so, I shall not abandon hope. That was much too close. I will forever remember this favor. What? The enemy is within the castle walls? Does this mean Lord Guan Yu was defeated? Foe is wavering. This is our chance to renew the assault on the castle.
I cannot afford to fall here.
I regret that I must implore you for aid like this. But your presence sets my mind at ease. All my might.
I must cede defeat for now. I cannot defend the castle as a dead man.
Well done. Guan Yu was a formidable foe. You fought bravely. You grow ever more adept as an officer.
Start the advance!
This is an interesting surprise. Let's find out how much you've learned.
Disappointed. I did not think it would come to this. Excuse me. As far as we go.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
The enemy officer
to defy Lord
has been
Cao Cao.
defeated. The enemy officer
Regroup.
has been defeated.
Gather our strength. Forgive me. Guan Yu.
I can't take any more of this. We'll finish this another day.
Let's go.
That's another enemy pounded into submission.
I did not expect the victory to be so easy. Our tacticians are wise indeed.
This abuses me as far as we go.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Sure know how to fight.
Lord Guan Yu will return. When he does, we will be ready for him.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I won't forget this.
Xiaopei Castle is now under our control. Next up, Guan Yu himself.
Foe has already come this far? Could it be that all is already lost?
Is that it? Hold my power! Xiaopei has not yet fallen! As long as I live, Liu Bei shall control this land.
Even the mightiest grow tired at some point. Now is the time to act, while Guan Yu is on the back foot.
My sworn brother entrusted me with the castle's defense. So I will fight to my dying breath, even if I am the last man standing. Nobody shall not fall, shall not bend the knee. I will stand on this land I have sworn to defend.
Such incredible strength. He has fought our forces non-stop, but still he stands. His will unbroken.
You fight well, but I will not give up. You hear me? Not while my blade is unbroken. Not while life still flickers within me.
Such spirit.
Lord Guan Yu. The castle has already fallen. Surrender at once.
Never. I shall fight to my last breath!
You would dishonor yourself out of stubborn pride, breaking your vow to your sworn brothers that you would die together, defying your duty to protect that which Liu Bei entrusted to you. Would your honor truly allow that?
I need 3 promises from you. I will surrender to the Emperor, not to Lord Cao Cao. No harm shall come to the family of Liu Bei. And the moment I find my brothers, I shall run to their side.
You have my word. I shall convey your wishes to...
I accept those terms. How outstanding to have a renowned hero such as you on our side. May our acquaintance be long and fruitful. So, Yuan Shao's forces remain inert.
Not that they had a choice in the matter. Yuan Shao is afraid of making mistakes. For that reason, he will always try to make the safe choice, leaving him unable to act upon the sudden changes of war.
Making the safe choice isn't always a bad thing, but it's hardly a strategy befitting the times. Being able to move quickly at the expense of some griping is by far the wiser choice.
Yuan Shao's lordly decision to always pursue the best option is both his strength and his weakness. Using that weakness to our advantage may allow us to decimate his massive army. That should be enough for now. Let us return to you so that we can prepare for what is to come.
I see Cao Cao's old habits are back in force. He's been trying this way and that to bring Guan Yu under his command. They say he's given him all sorts of treasures, even the fabled red hair. Huh, too bad. Once Cao Cao has his mind set on something, it rarely changes. Though, if you ask me, it would have been better if you had gotten the horse. I doubt Guan Yu would change allegiances over mere flattery. And if I'm right, the enemy just gained another weapon. I just hope it doesn't come back to haunt us later.
What perfect timing! Lord Cao Cao has called for you. We must hurry.
I have a question. Were you close to Guan Yu? Oh, I see. Guan Yu is a man of integrity. I imagine he will want to return to Liu Bei's side. But it would be a shame if such talent were lost along with Liu Bei's life. If possible, I would like him to join my forces. I had hoped that if you knew him well, you might be able to think of a way to win him over. I I had the same thought. As long as Liu Bei's whereabouts are unknown, there is little Guan Yu can do. If we can kill Liu Bei before Guan Yu finds him, then he will have no choice but to join us. That said, we are no closer to finding Liu Bei than he is. Before anything else, I want to know what Guan Yu is thinking. The moment our army has a chance to rest, I'd like you to find that out for me.
What? You're asking if I want to continue serving Lord Cao Cao? Certainly. He has been incredibly generous and has treated Liu Bei's family well. That is a debt I must repay in full before I leave. But I do not intend to stay here long. I will leave as soon as I know where my brother has gone. I, Guan Yu, will stand with Liu Bei until my death. That is an oath I will not break. Why? I haven't explained it to you, have I? Liu Bei is weaker than Lord Cao Cao. A cause for concern in some ways, I admit. Whenever he sees others suffering or in misery, he is driven to help them, heedless of logic. Because of that, we, and Liu Bei himself, have had to endure countless hardships. Some may see that as foolishness. Others may jeer, calling it a lack of principle. But Liu Bei knows the suffering of the people. He knows the cries of the destitute, who lack the power to act. I believe that is the quality necessary to bring an end to these times of war. Forgive my prattle, but those are my thoughts in full. I presume you came here at Lord Cao Cao's behest to see where I stand? If you would, please tell him that I am sorry.
Lord Guan Yu, I hear that Lord Liu Bei is still missing. I cannot imagine how that must feel. But I am happy that I could fight alongside you once more. And I say that in earnest.
I cannot thank you enough for saving my life and the lives of my brother's family.
No need. The loss of a warrior such as yourself would be a loss to the entire realm. You said the same to me once.
Zheng Liao.
I echo that sentiment. Lord Guan Yu, you are worthy of our respect, and I am glad we could speak once more.
Lord Shi Huang.
My training with you was my salvation when I lost my way. At the risk of sounding presumptuous, I hope our presence here eases your suffering even a little.
Aye. We may have different reasons and circumstances, but we are all warriors climbing the same peak. If we train and continue to better our minds and bodies, a path may one day present itself.
I am beyond grateful to both of you. Let us spar, that I may reforge my wavering mind.
Nothing would bring me more joy.
Yuan Shao's forces gathered around Baima greatly outnumber our own. They must be trying to quash our potential strategies with sheer numbers.
Be that as it may, any commander who would lead such a massive army is bound to let his hubris get the better of them. We must discover and strike at where they have been negligent. The question is how?
Send a small force to ambush them? No. It would be but a momentary diversion against an army that large. Though if we can separate their forces, we may be able to take them down one group at a time.
Separate them how? I doubt Yuan Shao would be easily fooled.
If one wants to catch a catfish sleeping at the bottom of a pond, one must use valuable bait.
Bait?
Very well. I will join the assault. Then even Yuan Shao will panic and send his army. Let's begin.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Listen.
With me here, I suppose our victory is all but assured.
Now go. I will act as bait and lure away their main force. You take a detached force to drive through the gap and relieve Weimar Castle.
Those are Cao Cao's forces? Headed for Weimar Castle? I have to warn Lord Yin Liang.
Easy. If they inform the main force of our position, we will lose the advantage of surprise. Quickly, pursue them!
The enemy
Keep the enemy at bay.
has been defeated.
You must hurry to Lord Yin Liang's side. March forward!
We have received word that Cao Cao himself is headed for Yanjing. We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We shall send our troops to target him. We march at once!
The strength of Yuan Shao's forces lies in their inexhaustible numbers. They seem to be pouring out from the fort in an endless stream. We should first focus our efforts on taking the fort. That will force them to change their strategy.
Now advance! Take this!
The enemy officer
Their
has been
numbers
defeated.
matter not.
This
I will
territory
never falter.
is ours.
With enough wisdom and courage, there is always a path to victory. Let's go.
Come now.
Let's march! My lord, a battalion of Cao Cao's forces are advancing on his position. You must prepare to meet him in battle.
Good. You have done well to warn us. Men, prepare to counterattack.
Now,
They have spotted our advance. This leaves us no choice but to cut through their ranks with a frontal assault. Now is the time to attack.
forward!
All my might!
Situation
The enemy officer
Lord Cao Cao's
been
renown
defeated.
makes him an excellent decoy.
This territory.
Just look at the size of the force they've sent after him. With this many of their soldiers here, Aima should be relatively unguarded. Our task is to do all that we can to protect Lord Cao Cao.
Behold! Allied forces are marching to our aid. This will be enough to break the siege. Stand strong! Our victory is imminent!
The enemy officer,
Lord,
has been defeated.
a great debt of gratitude. This battle is my chance to repay it with my blade.
Emperor Guan Yu! Fight me! And how can you think you were skilled enough? Take that!
Where did I go wrong?
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take that!
My power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
Let's go!
We are providing aid in this battle in accordance with our pledge to the people of the North. However, seeing as Cao Cao is loyal to the Han court, we have no objections to taking his life.
An improvement at last. But don't let up.
Taking the fort at Yanjin? We cannot let them cut off our reinforcements. Quickly, we must reclaim it. Now, let's start the advance.
Take that!
Let's start the advance.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
This is too good to be true. The enemy's massive force is beginning to crumble all on its own.
You... be... That's not possible.
Let's start the advance.
Cao Cao. A snake, guarding the corrupt throne to satisfy your endless avarice.
All my might!
The enemy officer
Do not know who you are or from where you hail. You seem to be driven by a strong conviction.
The sash of the sacred bird Luan. Those eyes. Yes, you must be.
I hope to stop here to assess the situation.
Here's the resistance is futile. Draws here.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Exhilarating.
We're about to lose. There must be something I can do.
This has been brutal. I don't know how much more I can take.
The time is right. We should attack now.
What a predicament. Even so, I shall not abandon hope. I'm starting to get fatigued. At this rate, that was much too close. I will forever remember this favor.
Your assistance comes at the most opportune moment.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Time for a good old fight. Get ready.
Normally, one seeks to overcome their opponent on the battlefield through superior resources. You, on the other hand, depend on your wits and courage. You may be my enemy, but I do admire your will to fight. You might even color me intrigued by it. Is this as far as my path is to take me? Got this.
Gotcha. Take that. All my might. Failure.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Can't believe this. Look at them.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
So everyone, how it starts.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take that. Is that it? Take that. Is that it? Take that. Is that it? Take that. I cannot afford to fall here. Prepare yourselves.
There's no virtue in dying for so little. I shall retreat and fight another day.
We must find a way to overcome this situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
You're a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms.
None other could accomplish so for you to perform in this manner.
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Truly embarrassing spectacle. Still, thank you for your help. It all. Why did it have to end like this?
What? Wencho has fallen. This is not possible. What on earth happened?
If we act now, we can cross the river and proceed toward Bai Ma.
The enemy officer
this opportunity
has been defeated.
Our main force will go on to Bai Ma Castle to draw attention. While they are en route, we will send it to Tat Hai. Now advance!
Now, to attack! That's a lot of them!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
This is
Situation.
The enemy officer shall learn has been defeated.
But for now, retreat.
Can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Another victim has fallen before me.
Worthy adversary indeed, you stand in the presence of Yan Liang. I am one of Lord Yuan Shao's greatest warriors. You really think you have what it takes to fight? You do not lack the skill, it seems. This battle has only just begun. I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I am invested. How can this be?
Let's go.
I could foresee losing either Yan Liang or Wencho, but for both to have been slain, you fought well this time, Cao Cao. But this brings you no closer to matching our might. In the end, there can only be one victor, and that will be me!
winning the first battle bodes very well for our side, but overcoming their greater numbers will prove to be difficult. This is not where we will strike the final blow. We will pull our forces back for now. This was a great victory, and it is owed to your wisdom and strength.
We are humbled, but it is not yet over, my lord.
Aye. We've swatted away some of their troops, but the flow of the battle has not yet shifted. It looks like Yuan Shao is continuing his march south. They will overrun us if we do not intercept them.
To defeat a large army, we must first take advantage of the terrain. We will draw back the front line to Guandu. There, we shall make our stand against Yuan Shao.
Zuluan, it's been too long. So it really was you. I never would have expected this. But why didn't you tell me where you were? What are you saying, Zuluan? Don't tell me you've forgotten who I am. You won't answer? Or maybe you can't. Then it's true. You really have forgotten everything. Well, I suppose I should have known. If you had your memories, you wouldn't have allied yourself with Cao Cao, the usurper of the Han. You have forgotten your mission, your ideals, and the promises you made. And now you're floating aimlessly through life. Yet even so, you are unable to escape your fate as a guardian of peace. You submit to a higher power and act as a weapon for them, just as you did as a guardian of peace once before. Though this seems even more pitiful, Juha, what did she say to you in the end? Did she tell you to forget everything and live on, or to pursue true peace? If you can't remember, then let me remind you. Juha is dead. You were there when it happened. And now you're living a carefree life, free from any memory of her death. Perhaps that is the greatest insult of all. Remember, Zuluan!
Are you crying? Go, Zuluan. Down your own path. Are you crying? I'm fine. Go, Zuluan. Down your own path.
I thought you had both died. I never imagined. I thought I was alone. Maybe I was being foolish, desperately clinging to a past that will never return. I have some advice for you, Zuluan. If you insist on following the Han and ally with Cao Cao, then I will not hesitate to stand against you once more. You must remember who the Han are to us. Well, the point may be moot if Cao Cao is crushed by Yuan Shao in the next battle. I look forward to seeing him struggle.